Stop drinking the water. I just wanted to chat very quickly about a couple of things. I'm currently suffering from hay fever today, so my eyes are very red and bleary, but never mind. Yeah, this video seems very sort of simple or innocent or innocuous, but to me it's actually a really big deal, because if you've not seen any of my other videos, I've talked a couple of times about limiting beliefs and how last year it was a really big deal that I sort of acknowledged that I had limiting beliefs, because I think they can be very passive, and you sometimes don't even realize how much you are limiting yourself. So after I acknowledged that I had them, I tried to really catch myself, you know, when they would creep up, when I'd be telling myself I couldn't do something, and came to find that I would tell myself a lot about a lot of different things, what I couldn't do, and it would go from really small things to really big things. It wasn't that I had ever been like, oh, I really want to go foraging for plants. It was more that I had just closed myself off to opportunities or experiences or things that I could do. Like I always wanted to make a lot of my own things. One sad thing about where I live is that I pretend that I live in the forest in the middle of nowhere, but I essentially live in suburbia. So don't really want to walk past people while talking to a camera, because yeah, it looks like a big field area, but there's always so many people out and about. But never mind. Back to the limiting beliefs. So it isn't that I've always wanted to forage, but I have wanted to do lots of things along that line, along growing my own food, or just making things myself, like sprays for the garden, or growing sprouts and things like that. Over the years, I'd always said I couldn't do things like that. I'd always stop myself. So, going exploring to new places regularly, even if they're just an hour away, that would have been too far before. Isn't that I wouldn't have wanted to go to that place. I would have always just been like, oh, that's too far, that's maybe too much effort. Maybe if it's an hour away, you shouldn't really be going because, I don't know, for whatever reason. So now I don't do that anymore. I acknowledge if something creeps up, and I sort of analyze it or look at it, and if I want to go somewhere, I'm just like, well, that's only an hour. You want to go explore, you want to see places. If you don't get out of your comfort zone, then you're never going to have different experiences or adventures. So that's how I'm trying to look at things now. So going into the forest and seeing what I can collect and make out of it seems really innocent and unseeming, but it's actually really a huge deal. Oh. If there are things that you're telling yourself you can't do, or you find yourself feeling like you're missing out, feeling like I don't know, you'll have that feeling inside yourself where it's sort of an unfulfilled, because you'll be holding yourself back. These things will creep up that you want to do, and you'll push them down, and you'll say they're not for you, and you can't do them, and 101 other excuses. But if they come to you, then my opinion, they're for you and you're interested in them, and you're never going to know if you actually enjoy it unless you do it. And so even if you had to drive 2, 3, however many hours to go get that experience or put that time and effort in my opinion, I don't think it's wasted, because you're just living life, you're just experiencing, and that's kind of what we're here to do. Piece of advice would be to try and catch yourself when you're saying you can't do something, and just try and go do that thing.